Good morning. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day. It's going to get hot this week. Wanted to give you a tour of my little garden. I've got tomato bushes all along the shed here, tied up. I have been pruning my tomatoes this year, and it's made a big difference in how much stronger they are. I've got this one. I did a lot of container gardening, and this was a styrofoam cooler that somebody sent us some gifts in. I've got little tomatoes coming there and blooms everywhere. And here's a little surprise down here. This is all along the back side of the shed. We got flowers and tomatoes everywhere. It's another tomato plant. Some of my marigolds. Another tomato plant back there. Needs to be tied up. I'll be doing that this morning. These are alyssum. Can't wait to see those get up. This one, I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Helchrysomum, something like that. And then these are my little, Dad called them weeds. But I got bachelor buttons blooming up here. There's going to be some blooming here and here. And I see a zinnia in there, and there have been some beautiful little blooms come out of that. These are my banana peppers that are very late getting into the ground. My ranunculus is finally starting to take off. That makes a beautiful flower, like a rose almost. And then we've got my zinnias. Some of them. And in that pot right there, those are forget-me-nots. My other ranunculus. And look at this. Aren't those bachelor buttons pretty? I just love those. And there's a zinnia in that one. And we've got another tomato plant here up against the shed. I got a little stand there to help it along. Here's some more zinnias. And these are supposed to be dwarf. And another marigold here by the door of the shed. These little pots are cosmos. It's another flower with a ferny leaf. I think it's beautiful. Can't wait to see how that turns out. On the other side of the door, we've got more marigolds. We've got my little ladybug who says, "Love blooms here." In these three is a flower called Sweet William. Just planted some more zinnias the other day in between this group and this group. Isn't that so pretty? And there's my little angel watching out over everyone. And then we come around to the other sides of the garden, or the shed. And we've got tomatoes staked up here. I gotta get this guy up off the ground today. And we've got some on the other door to the old lean-to. And we've got blooms and buds everywhere. Some baby tomatoes, more blooms, happy plants. I make sure they get lots of fertilizer. Well, not lots, what they need. Look at the blooms. That guy, I'm not so sure he's going to make it. He's amongst a bunch of weeds, which, trust me, it's a daily battle. It is a daily battle. Now we're over at the main garden. These are some of my pepper plants. Pepper plants. Pepper plants in grow bags. Pepper plants in tires. Pepper plants in grow bags. And they are starting to bloom. Another type of flower I forgot to label, doggone it. Cucumbers. Let's see if we have anybody in that today. Oh, there's a little guy. Oh, there's another guy. A little guy. I'm sure there's some buried down in there, but I don't want to disturb them. Going into the garden now, I just put in this row of wax beans yesterday. These, whoa, these are green beans. Yes, I know it's weedy, and they're into the bag over there. I'll have a better plan next year. That is butternut squash. And this is yellow squash. Or no, this may be zucchini. Believe it or not, you know, people talk about their kids messing up the labels and stuff. Well, I have dogs, puppies, big puppies that used to run loose, and they would pull all my tags out. So now it's going to be a surprise garden. I think these are zucchini. And these are the little okras that I planted when I fell out of my stool. I just laid on the ground and kept planting. There's a little lonely pepper in there with the okra. That one's doing pretty good. I hope these are going to catch up soon. These are more peppers, and I've got scallions planted in with them. More peppers that need to be planted. It's the other side of that zucchini. And then we've got some okra. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the ground because it's not doing well in the bucket. Those are some little radishes I got to plant. They're coming up. They are icicle radishes. But look at this beauty. In a grow bag. Blooms everywhere. Make it on the other side of the sun. There's my little onion bucket. Here I've got some sugar baby watermelons to plant. Pumpkin, I've got 2. I've got French breakfast radishes right there. My Shasta daisies are coming up. I have more lettuce coming up. Then we've got, look at those blooms. I mean, just look at how many there are. This thing is absolutely loaded, and it's in a little square pot. And her two sisters also blooming their little heads off. And they seem to be happy there. These are my carrots that'll be ready to pull the last of probably in a week or so. These are some nasturtiums that I started. Excited to see those. More cucumbers, and I can see 2 or 3 of them in there. And this is the pot of marigolds that just continues to grow. I think it's going to take over. Back side of the cucumbers. Here's another purple cherry tomato. See how nice and heavy that stem is? That's from pruning. Now it's got a nice thick stem that's going to keep it from losing all these beautiful cherry tomatoes. As you can see, there's 2 different types in here. Those are kind of a grape looking, and these are round. And lots of them. It just keeps going up. This is my yellow squash. It has 3 or 4 babies going on down in there. I keep a close eye on that. There's the other side of the, look at the beans that I planted. Now please excuse the weeds. I am doing my best. But sometimes it's a real battle. Another bean plant in a pot. Wanted to experiment with that. And over here we have butternut squash. And now I'm going to take you over to the salad garden. This is the type of soil I'm using for these containers. This is Swiss chard that will be planted out when it gets just a little bit bigger. And this is Kiki's catnip in a container, which she loves. There's some fennel that needs to be planted out. I'm trying to get, there you go. It's going to make nice bulbs if I can get it in the ground. There's my basil. Doesn't seem to do good anywhere else but out here. Resurrected tomato prunings make new tomato bushes. Who'd have thought? There's another one I'm trying to resurrect. This is my spinach, which we've been eating away on, and it looks like it's trying to flower on me, so I'm going to take care of that. And here is my beloved lettuce. It's romaine lettuce. Get that sun out of the way. Isn't that beautiful? And one right next to her. This is romaine lettuce, and I love it. Oh, Kiki, you did it again. I'm rooting some poinsettias. Found some wild strawberries over in the bush, so I'm trying to start those too. But this concludes the May garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good Sunday, my friends.